Look at his face. It's stuck. What up, YouTube? Nate here. And today, Monday Nitro pickups. I know I said I wouldn't do this as often, but we just don't have any content that is quick to edit right now. And of course, I want to put a video for you guys by Monday. So here it is, Monday Nitro pickups featuring Nate. If you haven't seen it yet, check on Ian's Monday Nitro pickups. I will put a link to it in the description below. And once I figure out how to use this cards thing here. Today's recommended channel. Hold on, let me unfreeze his face here. Right here, you can see this is My Life in Gaming. Just recently watched a couple of their latest videos. The latest one featuring VHS tapes from like those Nintendo player guides or whatever. Those are really good actually, and I remember as a kid watching them. So I appreciated them making this video. It really brought me back a little bit to my childhood nostalgia. So yeah, check it out, My Life in Gaming. Anyways, today's pickups are divided into 3 segments as they always are. The first segment, ding ding ding, shelf padding games you got because they were cheap. And I'll continue to describe what each of these segments are, just to piss off a certain viewer. Set myself up for success. Recent trip to the thrift store. I don't go as often anymore as I have in the past, basically mainly because I have kids. But my wife wanted to go out for a little bit, and on the way home from, I think we were getting our computer fixed, we've stopped by a thrift store that we don't usually go to, and there were some really good gems there. So I picked up for $3.99 a copy of No Mercy. Comment below and let me know, is this the best THQ wrestling game out there? Personal favorite for me is Revenge. The only thing I hate about Revenge is the fact that we have to call the rule no joystick. The spoiler alert, if you didn't know, if you push the joystick in Revenge, you can get out of any pin, any hold, and for a few months I was the only one in my family that knew that trick, so I would really piss off people by always getting out of it. But once they figured it out, the rule was no joysticks when we play that game, except to do your, your taunt so that you can get your super move out. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. I don't think that cheat is in this game because, yeah, I don't think it is at all. My complaint with No Mercy was that it was too dark compared to, like, Revenge. Revenge felt like very light when you played it on the screen, and No Mercy when you put it on even just the CRT television, it's really murky and dark. $7.99 minus 30% off at Valley Village. A game that not a lot of people talk about, Dino Crisis for the PlayStation. This is from the creators of Resident Evil. Obviously, it is a Capcom game, and if you really do enjoy like that tank control from Resident Evil 1 and you want to play more of that style of game, Dino Crisis, when Lester first introduced it to me, was that game for me, and I actually really enjoyed it. Instead of killing zombies, however, you're killing freaking T-Rexes and raptors. Oh, the raptors in the game are killer. You have a handgun and you're trying to take down a freaking raptor. We recently did an outing video, myself and Ian. We went out on Saturday before WrestleMania. If you missed our live stream, it was fantastic. Ian and I went out on a Saturday just to do some game hunting. Ian helped me move a bed for my parents. So we stopped by a GameStop, and the Wii games are really cheap right now. Tamagotchi Party On, $179 because I'm a Platinum Edge member. There's a deal for Edge members there that you buy 2 you get 1 free. So that game was free, but I had to pay full price kind of for Anubis 2. This one is $269 minus. No, minus. Sorry, $269 with the Platinum Edge card discount. I don't know. Could be good. Could not be good. Look at him. He's a dog. An Egyptian dog. Who knows? It might be good. And a Sega game, Tournament of Legend. I was only comfortable picking this up for $2.69. Massive 3D fighting on the Wii. I think this is the surprise gem. This is going to be a good game. Lots of mini games in this Tamagotchi game. If you don't like non-video game pickups, skip to this timestamp right here, because I'm going to be showing a couple things. It'll only be a couple minutes. $2.99 at Salvation Army. I got a really good story because this ties into the maple syrup pickup of the video, which I will hide over there. $2.99 for an entire season of Power Rangers Season 3. This was supposed to be $2.99 plus $1 for each additional disc. There's 4 discs in here, so it would have been $2.99 plus $1, $2, $3. But I worked my Pinoy charm, baby. More on that story later on. Lester and I went out just for a game hunting day a couple weeks ago. Entire season of Kingdom Hospital for $2.99. A Stephen King. I don't know what it is. I guess he presented it. Did he write this? It's an entire season of a show for $3.99. I thought that was a good deal. I'm a big sucker for like complete collections of television shows. And you got the Stephen King name behind it. I don't know. Let me know if you watched it. Please inform me. Babar, King of the Elephants. This was 99 cents, and I picked it up, I think, because Ian said, hey, Nate, you should pick this up. Really did enjoy Babar back in the day. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid growing up. So I still collect VHS tapes. I don't know why. Analog technology enthusiast here. That's how I watched it, you know, as a kid, and that's how I want to watch it again. Tracking, scan lines. Oh, that stuff's great. SD quality at its finest. I remember for a while that we had beta and we didn't have a VHS player. So at our local Wizards Video, which was our video rental store, we used to rent VHS machines to watch a movie. $20, I remember. I think you got it for at least 3 days, if not a week, for the VHS machine. And my sister and I would just binge watch movies from... Because back then, obviously, we didn't have internet streaming like we do today. We didn't have the accessibilities of movies, so bringing the cinematic experience home was a big deal. This one was 99 cents at the thrift store. Salvation Army, same day I went out with Ian, pressured me into buying this really crappy black and white Mortal Kombat 3 strat guide. Look at this thing. This is what we had, man. This was information. Moving on. That was round 1. Let me know what you thought about those pickups in the comments below. Round 2. No cheaps. Items, not games. Items we picked up because we wanted to pick them up. Price was not a factor in those pickups. $9.99 minus 30% off at Valley Village. I picked it up. Sorry, there was a bag around these. I shot this pickup video already once and I lost a bunch of footage. I don't know. I think I might have formatted my memory card too early. YouTube problems. I picked this up and Ian actually wants it. Look at how bad that labeling is. You know, this is really bad label. And Ian's like, hey, can I get that as a label upgrade for my cartridge? And I'm like, Ian, your cartridge just must be black or burnt in half. So, raw deal for me. But hey, good deal for Ian. I'm going to trade him his cartridge for this one. But I had to show it here first. $9.99 minus 30% off. Very sad. Here's a picture from our Facebook page, facebook.com/thriftdwellers. My last trip to the thrift store. Who needs treasure hunting? They do the treasure hunting for you, and they put it in the display. They put it in the display. Sorry, it's hard for me to dictate my words. I got buck teeth. They put it in the display for you. So who needs to go looking for gems in the dirt? We'll find the gems for you and charge you a premium. I remember I was talking to one of the Filipino ladies behind the counter there, you know, in our native tongue, and she's like, oh, our manager is very, you know, good at those games, and he looks up the prices, and he's an expert, basically, is what she said. This Yahoo's trying to sell... There's still the same copy of 007 GoldenEye there for the N64. I think he priced it at about $60. Here's an initial picture, and in this picture now, it's been lowered to $39.99. And you know some Yahoo's going to buy it and validate that manager's belief. Ugh. I hate I went to the thrift store that day because my wife was going to the dentist, and the thrift store was really close by, so... that Value Village is now banned. And just don't go to Value Village. Hashtag it. Valueless Village. Or for our Americans friends, let's say Savers Suckers. Savers Suckers. That's what it should be. Savers Suckers. Because Value Village in the States is known as Savers. Let's go. $3.99 minus 30% off for a PlayStation 1 game. Namco Museum 3. This comes with... What's in it? Let's see. Volume 3. Pole Position. Miss Pac-Man. Which I come to understand Miss Pac-Man is the better Pac-Man because of the non-predictable movements of the ghosts. Galaga. Galaxian. Dig Dug. Fozone. And Druga. All classic games that I should know as a retro game fan, but I don't really know them. Hey, $3.99, I could add that to the collection. It's green, it's so gross. Statue collecting, but it is video game related. We got Sakura Bishoju statue here. Arranged by Shinya Yamashita. Apparently he's like the godfather of this Bushido style, which means beautiful girl style of art. There you go. I got it for a really good deal, which I think I promised the guy I wouldn't show it online what I got it for. But he gave me a really good deal on this PVC statues. So I'll be unboxing this and reviewing it on the channel. Stay tuned for that. Comment below if you want it sooner than later, because I've been very lax on making videos. But yeah, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe. You get to see that Sakura statue. I really am impressed with it so far, though. Here's a closer look at the back of what the statue kind of looks like. Initially, you know, at first I liked PVC statues because they were cheap. But then when you got into like the polystone resin statues and they had a lot of heft behind them, you can't replicate that style on PVC, in my opinion. And a lot of the PVC statues that I've gotten, kind of in comparison, when you put them beside each other, you could tell that PVC statue has a little bit more detail, but it just looks, just from visually, looks cheaper overall. But the one exception I think for PVC statues, or statues like this, the Bishoju statues, I think you get a better looking skin tone, in my opinion, compared to like the polystone statue. I keep looking over here because this is where all my statues are. I think for female characters in this Bishoju style, I don't think that the anime style will translate very well in polystone resin. Just my opinion. It translates very well into PVC, and I like it because it does make it accessible and inexpensive for people who can't afford these statues, but they kind of want something nice on their shelf. This is really cool, and they're comparatively to their resin's counterpart, PVC statues are like 1/4 the price. Speaking of polystone statues, Iron Fist. This is a statue by Bowen. It's a polystone. This is the red variant version of the original green Iron Fist. I know this isn't video game related, but I really did enjoy the Iron Fist on Netflix. It's not a television show. This series on Netflix, really good, I thought, for what you can do with the Iron Fist character. Solid ending to that, like the first 4 vigilantes of the Defender, and I can't wait to see the Defenders coming on Netflix whenever, I think, was it 2018 is going to come out. This was the final piece of that puzzle, and I did enjoy it. As for the statue, again, stay tuned to the channel. I will unbox and review that on Thriftdweller. Some people are asking, why have I stopped doing Nate's reviews? I haven't stopped it yet, but I'll discuss it more at the end of this video. I'm not opening that right now. It's so hard to put it into the box, into the foam, so just subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. Last shelf padding pickup of this video. These were on clearance at our local Toys R Us store. I'll do some B-roll of it. It's a gigantic World of Nintendo Link figure. Whopping 7 points of articulation. It's just really big. It has some nice texture to it. The reason I got it was because when my son gets a little bit older, I kind of want to do a Nintendo theme in his room. And I got a gigantic, where is he? I do have this gigantic Firepower Mario. So I thought, why the hell not? Not bad. There you go. Why the hell not? You know, they look like they can belong in the same line. If they do more of these large-scale figures, a Samus one would be really cool. And they're not super expensive. I bought this. It was $30, which is over 50% off the retail price here in Canada. I think, you know, these would be really cool on the shelf in the kids' room. Blah. It comes with like a shield and the sword and a sheath for the sword. You know, for $30, I'll pick this up for $30. $70, maybe not. But $30, that's a solid deal. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. And here it comes, folks. Nate's first maple syrup pickup of 2017, season 6.
Step lightly is burning down and down like water. A lot of drivers waltz pleases girls completely.
Again, I said I was at a Salvation Army with my wife. This goes into that same story with the Power Rangers DVD that you might have missed because you skipped it. Pinoy Charm. My wife was looking through the housewares, and she comes up to me like with the cart, and she's like, "Whoa!" I was like, "What's that?" She says, "Look what I found in the housewares." Mick Kids in the box, doesn't have the manual. For people who don't know Mick Kids, it's like a Super Mario 3 clone, I call it. This is Mick and Mac on the front of the cover. Two buddies. Black and white, yeah, Michael Jackson. They're friends and they go through, would somebody steal cheeseburgers or something? But basically, you know, instead of coins, they have M's. You know, they have an overworld map, they have platforming, which is surprisingly really on point. Look at Ronald, he's so happy about his game. Anyways, the story goes, my wife was in Salvation Army. She was going through the housewares. They found this. She found this box, and you know, obviously it's a McDonald's looking thing. They probably didn't know it was a Nintendo game. The problem was it had no price on it. And I noticed the beautiful Pinay sister behind the counter at the front. And you know, if you show up with an item that doesn't have a price tag on it, they're probably gonna price check it. And I didn't want the let's just call her non-Pinoy manager in the back to price check this thing off her phone. She'll probably look at eBay or some shit. So my wife and I underhandedly looked through. Actually, I won't implicate my wife. Me, without her knowledge, went through the housewares, and there was a $3.99 sticker sticking off of one of these vases to put it on the game. It looked like it was part of it, maybe not, but you know, I go to the counter, I give it to her, and I start, you know, I have my daughter with me. I was like, oh, my daughter's half Filipino. She's so cute. Sing Bahay Kubo. And, you know, she's laughing. She's just like looking. And didn't look at this one to notice that their policy of $1 per extra disc. She overlooked that. And I got a boxed Mick Kids in, I'll say, poor shape. This box is in poor shape. But it's surprising that it's a game that I didn't realize I didn't have in my collection. And I used to give beef to CJR about this. I'm like, you didn't know you had Contra? What kind of collector are you? I didn't know I didn't have McKids in my collection. So that is actually very lucky find for me. Even to get it boxed, I'll probably buy a box protector for it. I didn't even know I had McKids in my collection. So when you get a collection very big, Ian made that point on that video that I'm referencing. It's very hard to think, you know, I probably ran across this game a billion times or whatever. And you think you have it when you really didn't. Anyways, McKids for the maple syrup win of this video. Thank you guys very much for watching me, guys and girls. Thank you very much for spending your time here on Thriftdweller. We do appreciate all the people who follow and supported us for the past multiple years. Check out My Life in Gaming over here. Very good production quality. I think they've upgraded recently to 4K. And here we are in 1080p, which is brand new for us. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share us with your friends. And check us out, facebook.com/Thriftdwellers. This is Nate. I don't know what that was. I'm wearing scrub pants. Let me move you guys a little. Why did I stop making videos for Nate's Reviews? I didn't stop making videos for Nate's Reviews. I'm still going to make content for that channel. The reason I started it in the first place was because, you know, I wanted an outlet for doing things that weren't video game related, and I felt like Thriftdweller was very, at the time when I started Nate's Reviews, very pigeonholed into like a retro video game channel. And I felt like, you know, trying to move the channel in a different direction. And Thriftdweller, you know, yes, you see my face more than the other guys, but they're going to start doing their own videos soon. Lester, hopefully, especially, because he was the guy I started this channel with. You know, it was a collaborative effort, right? And I didn't want to do things outside of the norm of Thriftdweller without talking to the boys first. So rather than, like, if I do something and it fails and it loses, you know, success for Thriftdweller, I didn't want to be held accountable for that, so I started Nate's Reviews. So that way, if that channel sucks, that's fine, because it's just my channel. It's not Lester and Ian and Gary relying on it. So I was having a conversation with Ian, and he's like, you just put it up. Nobody cares. And I think in Season 6, we're trying to not pigeonhole ourselves into just a retro video game channel. I mean, we're not even a thrift store channel, and we call ourselves Thriftdweller. Is it time to change that Thriftdweller name? Like, we don't go to the thrift store. It's a totally different beast. And back then, it was kind of, you know, we highlighted the fact that we went to the thrift store because at the time when Lester and I was going to the thrift store, it wasn't cool per se. You know, you would kind of refer to those kids, like we went since we were in high school, you know, calling those kids like welfare kids or whatever, because there was a negative stigma to the thrift store. And Lester and I, obviously, we didn't care at all, right? So it was like being a contrarian at the time. But nowadays, people are all about that storage wars and looking for gems and stuff. So Thriftdweller kind of, it sounded stupid in the first place because it was meant to. Or is it like we're Backstreet Boys and we're stuck with the Backstreet Boys moniker forever? Take a look. This is my statue collection here. You see it there? Okay. There's a Deadpool I recently did. There's a Thanos there. I got some more stuff that I have to unbox. I got that Venom statue, which is really sweet. Again, apologies for Season 6 premiere. My bad. Some of the audio got really loud there, and I didn't listen to it in post. I just kind of uploaded it right away, and I blew out some people's eardrums, so I apologize wholeheartedly for that.